It was truly my wife messing with me, like, hey, I'm still here, I'm still in your life.
She's still trying to rule Kevin from beyond.
The story started on September 8th, 2009, day after my wife passed away from a heart attack. The day my wife, Randy, passed away was a regular, ordinary Sunday. Nothing out of the ordinary. And around 11 o'clock that night, all I remember is she walked out of the living room, and within a matter of 30 seconds from there, I hear crash. Before the ambulance even got to the house, my wife was already blue and had stopped breathing. I mean, it literally happened like that. Did you ever hear that expression, if I can't have you, nobody can? My wife never said that. Those physical words never came out of her mouth, but that was her thoughts. If she couldn't have me, nobody could have me. I'm not one to believe in the paranormal, but the day after Randy passed away, I do know for a fact that my wife was in the house. What the f***? Can't explain it, I can't tell you why. I would hear footsteps. Like I'd walk through the living room, there'd be an ice cold spot. My wife will never leave me alone.
No way, you guys.
Are you gonna buy it with or without pollen?
I'm down with the pollen because we're Daily Driven Exotics. Is there any body damage?
Not yet.
No.
Have you driven this car? Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It does. There's no problem doing that.
Okay, well, it's yeah, you've got, well, okay, let's have a look at it. Is it unlocked? Wait, it is unlocked.
Yep, key should be in it.
Holy crap. Dave.
No.
It's the window sticker from the Ferrari.
Dude, this car was purchased brand new in San Antonio, Texas.
Will this or will this not start?
Seems absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much, he's gonna want a lot of money for this car.
Why?
There's toilet paper in it. It's got steel brakes.
Yeah.
Because you could get this car with ceramics. All these caps are going to need to be replaced, so they're back to yellow. All this sticky stuff in the door handles.
Do you know what you want for it?
I would like $100 grand for the car. I would think it's worth that all day.
$85,000. I'll go pay it right now. Go bank. I'll get as much cash as I can.
Yeah, okay. Done.
All right.
Oh!
Here's what Baby Reindeer didn't tell you. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past few weeks, you will probably have heard of Baby Reindeer. It's a new series on Netflix, which is a harrowing account of abuse and stalking. Now, it's told by the actual victim in this case, who plays himself. However, there are a few things that have been missed out. Now, Richard Gadd, as I said, was the victim in this case and told the story by playing himself. But Richard was actually a lot more successful than he gave himself credit for in the drama. He featured as an actor on Outlander and Click, and he also more recently co-wrote an episode of Sex Education. Obviously, we know Martha's real name and identity were left out of the series. Richard also intentionally changed elements of her character. He said that he wanted to change bits of her life, as well as obviously using a different name for her in the series, so that she wouldn't be hounded in real life. He actually wanted to prevent people from harassing the real stalker. Another element that was left out of the story were exactly how many messages his stalker left for him. Now, Richard has since stated that there were over 41,000 emails, 744 tweets, and 46 Facebook messages from 4 different Facebook accounts. He stated that the total length of all of the voicemails that the real Martha left for him totaled over 350 hours. She also sent him 106 pages of actual physical letters, which we never saw in the series. Richard stated that not only did his stalker send him emails, Facebook messages, and tweets, she actually also sent him physical gifts. These gifts included an actual baby reindeer toy as a present, and she also sent him sleeping tablets and boxers.
Bro, what the hell? He's right there.
Yo! What the f?
You actually don't want to do this?
I can't. I don't want to be here right now, Mo. Please, bro. Like, you know me, I'm always down to help out, but this is getting too much.
I don't think we should be pursuing this guy at nighttime. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's a stupid idea. He went through the trail. I think he's going back to his actual fort, though.
Oh, what the f?
Yo, what the? Hey! Realistically, if he does come after us, I'm gonna kick you, you're gonna fall, you're gonna let him get you, and I'm gonna run away.
Bro, stop. Don't stress me out, man, please. I don't want to be here, man.
You actually don't want to
I
be here?
really don't want to be here right now. Like, it was fine when it was earlier, but not right now. Do you want to go back to the campsite and regroup?
And do what? We just left the campsite. We want to find this guy. Either he's luring us to a trap.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm saying. I have a feeling, man. I have a feeling. There's some booby trap he's leading us into. I don't want to take a step further, man.
Like, you guys know I'm really, like, psychic. Like, I always have, like, this intuition that something bad's gonna happen. And every bone in my body's telling me, do not go. And I don't think I want to be honest. Oh, there he is. Look, I can see him. You see him at the end?
As I grew up, I had access to an 80,000 volume library. And I read from that library extensively about religion, all the religions of the world.
The day we moved into the house was very chaotic. We were trying to move out the previous owner while we were trying to move in a family of 7. So it was pretty chaotic. And I came running through from the kitchen to the front hallway and into what became our dining room, and there was this man standing there. And as children do, I was just like, okay, you know, it's somebody, and I ran off to play.
The house was straight out of the 30s or 40s. It had linoleum on the floor. There was no modern conveniences. The house was 110 feet long. And just walking it back and forth, walking the length of the house, unpacking and getting the children settled. My muscles of my legs started to hurt, and that was the beginning of the pain.
It drained my mother's energy so severely that she would sleep in bed for like 2 years. She could hardly get out of bed. Because it caused her so much depression, too. Fear for her children, fear for herself.
Terrible fear for us.
I met one of the neighbors, and she said to me, you know, when the Kenyans lived here, they left the lights burning in the house all the time, all day long, all night long. And I thought that was kind of strange, but that was clarified for us by Mr. Kenyon. He said, for the sake of the children, you should leave lights on at night.
When you walk in a house that evil, you know that house really had very, 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 very bad vibes.
In her day, she was the house of the county, you know, the one that you drive by and they're like, that was the first house. And that's what she was. And when the witch and all these ghosts moved in, they just slowly just chipped away at her, and like the cracks showed up and the veining and the darkness of the house.
We started to absorb the karma of the house almost as through osmosis. We would hear the mournful, pitiful, sad weeping of children in the house.
And it was always that one bedroom window, that middle bedroom window. And it was though she had the window open and was hollering out the windows, "Mommy, Mommy," just wailing.
Lorraine came. She was very sweet. She was very gentle with the children, but she started to issue warnings to me.
So there's a map in Minecraft that you can download and load up, and it's banned in several countries.
Why?
Hold on. Let me show the video.
Don't tell me it has like your exact house, your exact living room.
No. Let me find it. Check this out.
This is a banned Minecraft map in multiple countries.
So it's banned in multiple countries.
It's a library and it contains hundreds of written books in game. And I bet
So check this out. So what it is, it's pretty much like it's a user-made Minecraft map, and it has written books of CIA secrets, conspiracy theories, and books that are banned in other countries. So specifically in China, there's a lot of books that are banned. You can imagine like 48 Laws of Power and all these other like psychology books, right? Banned. but they have access through it through Minecraft because they can download that map and then read it on the Minecraft books.
Minecraft is deadass just not a game, bro. Minecraft is life, bro.
This video is terrifying, especially if you have children, so please be warned before watching. On the 19th of April, a group of school children were out playing in broad daylight. They were students of Black Forest Hills Elementary School in Colorado. At around 2:20 p.m. on the day in question, one of the 5th graders' lives would be changed forever. CCTV captured an absolutely horrifying experience. 33-year-old ex-offender Solomon Galligan chased and attempted to kidnap one of the small children. Luckily, he tripped over a blanket as he tried to pursue the little boy. He continued to lunge at the small child as the kid screamed stranger danger to alert teachers. Now, initially, Solomon did manage to flee the area and escape for a short while. The child, though, managed to give staff a description of the man. The teachers sent out an email alerting the parents to the danger, and one of the parents actually spotted him in a local Walgreens about a mile away. They reported this to police, and police turned up and arrested him. The little boy's mum said he was so traumatized he hadn't slept in 3 days. She says that it was thanks to the quick thinking of the other students who screamed and alerted the teachers that his life was saved. Several parents state that their children reported back to them that the teachers at the time of the incident were just stood on their phones. Solomon is being held in jail and is charged with child abuse and attempted kidnapping. Solomon actually already has an extensive criminal history and has been convicted of SA previously, but for some reason was roaming free.
It's Grandma. Come to the window.
Hello? She won't put me down. Who is this?
Did you know that Drake owns 3 mansions all sitting next to each other? Not too long ago, the power's since been cut, and it seems the mansion is being prepped for demolition. Without further ado, let's go exploring.
Yes, sir. Dude, this is absurd. This is absolutely insane. This is one of the most grand abandoned mansions I've seen in a long time. This is locked, strangely. Oh, this is an elevator. Oh my gosh, there's elevators in here. Another bedroom. Oh, no way. No way, dude. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is definitely the master bathroom. This just keeps going. There's the pool room right there. Dude, look at this kitchen. 2 islands, 2 giant islands here, and a huge glass room. Danger, don't touch. Red switch. That's so strange. I'm genuinely not gonna touch that. Explorers, check this out. Oh, no way. They had a little waterfall here. Imagine this is somebody's house. This is somebody's house. This is the ultimate luxury right here.
Referred to as Willow's Weep, it has been the site of a series of gruesome deaths since it was built in the 19th century. Brenda Johnson owns Willow's Weep.
Hi, Brenda.
Dave.
She dismissed the rumors about it being an evil place and purchased it only a few years ago with plans to renovate it.
This is my assistant, Haley.
It's nice to meet you.
But recent events have convinced her that she may have made a terrible mistake. To this end, she's invited Dave and Haley to come and investigate the house and see if her strange experiences can be verified.
So, how you doing?
Not good standing here. All night last night I was sick thinking about coming over here around this house.
So tell us a little bit about the house, some of your experiences here.
Well, when I bought the house, we started working on it, and then my son was working on the ceiling. The boards come flying off at him and hurt him, and I've been scratched in there, 6 claw marks down my back, doors slamming on you, banging underneath the floors.
I understand there's been deaths in this house. Can you kind of go through those a little bit?
Yeah. The man that built the house, he died in the bathtub. There was 2 suicides and then another hanging. And I heard that 3 men had been poisoned. About 6 months prior, before I bought it, there was a man that he committed suicide in there. He fell into the chair.
And that's where they found him? They found him, what, a couple days later, right?
Week.
A week? Week later, okay. Do you think what's in that house is evil?
Yes, I do.
Without a doubt?
Yes, I do, without a doubt. If it wasn't evil, it wouldn't be hurting people. I don't think there's nothing good in there.
The house was built in the late 1800s, correct?
1890, yes.
So, regarding the shape of the house, it's in the shape of a cross.
Upside down cross.
Strange.
Yes, very strange.
The scariest sounds in space are 100% real.
A while back, NASA posted some audio clips on their official website of real sounds captured from objects in space. Now that should be impossible, right? There's no sound in space, so NASA's clearly a phony agency that fakes everything. Okay, relax. As much as I love the tinfoil hat stuff, NASA actually has something called an electromagnetic acoustic transducer, a device that can convert electromagnetic waves and other vibrations emitted by objects and map them to audio waves that we can hear. Pretty much everything is just a wave. Light, sound, electricity, radio, ultrasonic, the only difference being the length of each wave. Some wavelengths we can detect with our eyes, like the visible light spectrum, and others with our ears, like sound, and still others that we humans can't even detect at all. This gadget takes those waves and maps them to the audio wavelength range that we can hear. As it happens, some electromagnetic waves in space even occur within our audio frequency range, and we can listen to those directly using this device. Well, from those readings, these have been rated among the scariest sounds in space that NASA has ever recorded. That just sounds like a howling breeze in the middle of winter to me. This one makes sense to me. A pulsar is a rapidly rotating dead star. I could imagine one would sound like that. As weird as it is to say, that's exactly what I'd imagine the Milky Way galaxy to sound like. Bro, what? Nah, bro, that's fake, that's fake. This one I'm calling cap on. There's no way. Nah. This one ain't real. That ain't real. A little scarier, but this one sounds more real to me. Okay. A little creepier. Sounds like there's something going on over there. The moon. Okay. Now that right there, that's a black hole. Yeah, that's definitely not a place I want to be. Oh, well, looks like that's it. Let me know if you think these sounds are real or not.
As I grew up, I had access to an 80,000 volume library, and I read from that library extensively about religion, all the religions of the world.
The day we moved into the house was very chaotic. We were trying to move out the previous owner while we were trying to move in a family of 7. So it was pretty chaotic. And I came running through from the kitchen to the front hallway and into what became our dining room, and there was this man standing there. And as children do, I was just like, okay, you know, it's somebody, and I ran off to play.
The house was straight out of the 30s or 40s. It had linoleum on the floor. There was no modern conveniences. The house was 110 feet long. And just walking it back and forth, walking the length of the house, unpacking and getting the children settled. My muscles of my legs started to hurt, and that was the beginning of the pain.
It drained my mother's energy so severely that she would sleep in bed for like 2 years. She could hardly get out of bed. Because it caused her so much depression, too. Fear for her children, fear for herself.
Terrible fear for us.
I met one of the neighbors, and she said to me, you know, when the Kenyans lived here, they left the lights burning in the house all the time, all day long, all night long. And I thought that was kind of strange, but that was clarified for us by Mr. Kenyon. He said, for the sake of the children, you should leave lights on at night.
It's amazing how a bird's nest is, made in an elephant's trunk. 2. Bird's nest in antelope horns. A bird's nest on the deer's head. Birds make a nest on the head of a 20-year-old buffalo. And there were eggs.
And others sail on the sea with their keys to the cage and the devil to pay. We're late to fiddler's grave. Yo-ho, all hands, hoist the colors high.
Did this guy just build a machine that generates infinite energy in his own garage? No, that's impossible, according to the first and second law of thermodynamics. Remember, the greatest innovations are made by those who dare question the facts. Well, that's just misinformation. This free energy wheel uses bottles whose water is continually poured down by gravity to endlessly spin the wheel. And this isn't the first time someone came up with this. In 1159 AD, an Indian mathematician named Bhaskara the Learned came up with a concept for this exact design, Bhaskara's wheel. It had curved reservoirs filled with mercury instead of water, but based on the same principle. He reasoned that as the wheel spun, the displacement of mercury would flow to the bottom of each reservoir in such a way that one side of the wheel would be perpetually heavier than the other, the imbalance causing it to spin forever. This is one of the first ever designs for a perpetual motion engine, a device that can do some sort of work forever without external energy applied, like a windmill producing its own breeze, or a light bulb powering its own solar panels, a magnet attached to a car pulling itself, or this man pushing a truck from inside the trunk. I think you can see why this wouldn't work. The physics behind it show that the moving parts that make one side of the wheel heavier also shifts the center of mass of the wheel downwards. What that means is it'll spin for a bit and then just swing back and forth until coming to a complete stop in practice. The reason it can't go on forever is due to the first two laws of thermodynamics. The first law is energy conservation. Energy can't be created or destroyed. And in a perfect world, if we can just put 100% of the energy a device produces back into running itself, this should be possible, right? That's where the second law stops us, entropy, which states that energy tends to spread out and dissipate in many different forms, like waste friction or heat as time goes on. So as the wheel moves through gravitational force, it experiences air resistance, friction, and waste heat, energy that is not put back into the gravitational force that is running the wheel and hence dissipates over time. It's why Newton's cradle doesn't go on forever, and why this wheel doesn't work. He even admits in his video that he had a battery in the wheel that kept it spinning. It's fake. But are there other designs for infinite energy engines out there that have been suppressed from the public? Inventors have tried over the generations to come up with the perfect perpetual motion machine, several variations of the original wheel, and even other creative ideas. And some of them actually kinda work. The first one ever made predates even Bhaskara, with Greek mathematician Archimedes in 200 BC, who discovered the displacement of water in his bathtub as he went inside it, allegedly inventing the word eureka at the same time. Obvious today, but this was a huge discovery back then, the Archimedes principle, which they tried to use to build the first ever perpetual motion engine in history. The Archimedes sphere was a round chamber with water and a buoyant ball attached to a metal rod inside. The metal rod drags the ball down and the ball pushes itself out of the water from buoyancy. I won't bore you with the math, but the calculations show that you could just spin this once and it'll go on forever due to Archimedes' principle. And in theory, it should, if it wasn't for pesky friction of the water on the glass and the waste heat of the spinning rod getting in the way. That leave the device as waste energy until it comes to a complete stop. But science didn't give up. We're gonna find a way to make this perpetual motion engine if it's the last thing we do. Like everyone's favorite mad scientist Nikola Tesla, who actually patented an unlimited energy machine in 1901 called the apparatus for the utilization of radiant energy, made from an antenna that you can make from plywood, a sheet of foil, copper wires, and a capacitor to store the energy. The antenna should be placed up high, like on a roof, connected to the capacitor and grounded. The capacitor should charge up slowly from the luminiferous ether, electromagnetic waves from solar radiation, cosmic rays, and Earth's magnetic poles. And it works, confirmed by many tests done online. It technically uses external energy to power itself, so not exactly perpetual, but did we just solve our world's energy crisis? Yeah, but you'd need a whole day of power just to charge your phone with an antenna the size of a football field. So not practical whatsoever, as we'd run out of space fast, but still cool, we're making progress. More recently, in 2021, German scientists demonstrated the use of what they called time crystals, a microscopic system of quantum particles that change state over time and can in fact theoretically go on like this forever. They don't generate energy, but also don't lose any either from expected friction or heat, which is huge for an object doing work. The main obstacle to perpetual motion were systems losing energy when doing work over time. This doesn't. They're still figuring it out, but oh, we're so close. We're gonna make this infinite energy machine, I tell ya. Because there's something in nature that actually does appear to violate the conservation of energy. Black holes. This scientific paper states that the expansion of the universe can make certain black holes expand faster than the Hawking radiation they produce that shrinks them. I know, it took me a while to wrap my head around that. In theory, this process gains more energy than it loses, so if we could just take a black hole and stick it into an engine, that might work. Who knows, maybe we'll find new exotic forms of matter in the future that could bend the rules of perpetual motion to finally crack the code. Or maybe we already have. Enter zero-point energy, the suspected technology behind UFOs that provides seemingly unlimited energy, moves objects outside the realm of known physics, travels faster than light, and even through time. Powered by quantum fluctuations in space-time, particles that act like waves which blink in and out of existence, another highly suppressed field of research. Keyword here, quantum, because quantum can bend the laws of thermodynamics while still respecting them and doesn't need to obey classical physics. I'll go into this very soon, because zero-point energy isn't just game-changing, it's reality-changing.
Skinwalkers caught on camera.
I'll see you later, Peppy.
Click plus to see more.